Hello Papercrafters, welcome to another Design with Joe video. Today I want to show you how to use solid stamps, your Versamark and Wink of Stella to create really cool glittery shimmery kind of effects. So what you're going to need is a Wink of Stella, your Versamark pad, your paper, and I'm using Real Red, and a stamp. And I like to use solid stamps. They work really well for this, and this is the larger leaf out of the Colorful Seasons set. You're going to ink up your stamp with Versamark, and then you're going to squeeze your Wink of Stella onto it. And I don't like to squeeze too much, and it's really hard to control this. There we go. So squeeze a little bit of that on there and then brush it around. And I find that I can usually get 2 impressions out of 1. So I'm going to start over here, stamp down, lift up, go next, stamp down, and I use just a little bit more firm pressure on the second one and lift up. And you can see that that one is a lot lighter, but I still am getting a little bit of gold right in the ends. So as this dries, it pulls into the Versamark, so it actually looks really quite cool. So I'm just going to finish off the edge. I'm going to ink up again. More Wink of Stella. And this guy here I think I'm getting low on. There we go. A little bit more on there. I'm going to stamp him again. Not as much pressure on that one. And then one more time, a little bit more pressure. Okay, so that will need to dry. So while that's drying, I'm going to set it aside. I'm going to tell you how to clean your stamp, because this will stay on here. The Versamark actually dries, but the combination of the Versamark and the Wink of Stella actually keeps the Wink of Stella on your stamp. So you probably don't want that the next time you go to use it. So all I do is take some rubbing alcohol, this one is 70%, and a paper towel. And get the lid off. And you just take that rubbing alcohol and rub it right over top of your stamp. And it will take the glitter, or the glimmer really, it's not glitter, it's glimmer off. Okay, and it also cleans your stamp at the same time, so I don't know if you can see that that's just got a little bit of almost a grayish tinge to it right now. Okay, and then you just set that aside and let it dry, air dry, to get the alcohol will actually disperse and evaporate fairly quickly. Okay, so I will now show you how to make the rest of the card. Okay, I'm going to pull this back in. Now this one is not really dry yet, so I have found that you can just use your heat tool and dry it off. So to finish off the card, I'm going to pull in my other supplies. Okay, we're using gold foil paper, and I've cut a die cut the detailed leaf that matches the Colorful Season stamp out of gold foil paper. And I'm just going to take my Real Red, and I'm first going to attach the gold strips to the top and bottom. And I want it to go a little bit behind, so I'm actually going to use my snail and go all the way along the edge, top and bottom. So I've got my gold. That's going to go down onto my piece of Whisper White. It's thick Whisper White that I have folded along the left-hand side. So it's 11 by 4 1/4. And I'm going to take my snail and put that down. Want my leaves along the bottom. I do also want to have a little bit of white there. I'm going to take my detailed leaf, and I'm going to do the sponging technique, which I think you've seen before. So just take a piece of your sponge and an alligator clip, and I keep it in that tin just to keep the air away from it. And you can see that I've done this before. So you're just going to take your liquid glue, give yourself a little bit in the corner, and then you're going to dab with your sponge, turn your die cut over, and just dab over top of where all those details are. And it will just leave enough glue so that it will stick down and you don't have to worry about it. Now I want my leaf actually going off the edge, so I'm just going to lay it down like that. Turn it over and you can see your leaf from the back, and then just, I usually actually hold it And then I can see exactly where I'm cutting, and I just cut the rest of the leaf off. I got my little stem there. There we go. So now that I have my card put together, I'm just going to do my greeting, and I'm going to ink up the Let Us Celebrate from the Balloon Celebration set, just with my Versamark. Stamp that down. This is a great saying because you don't necessarily have to get it straight because it's got a little bit of a wiggle to it already. So I'm going to take my gold embossing powder. I'm going to create myself a little tray to sprinkle my embossing powder into. And I just put on the words just in case my Versamark isn't completely dry. And you always want to have a little bit of a paintbrush, a small little paintbrush handy in case you get embossing powder on the side, which I have. And then just heat that up. And there's your card. So very, very pretty with the details along the leaves. I'll bring in the other one that I did as well. This one has just a little bit more, and you can see that it really shows up the gold on the leaves. So there's your technique. I hope that you enjoy playing. Grab a solid stamp, your Versamark, and your Wink of Stella, and see what you can come up with now. Have a great day.